Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tolulope. I film about faith, marriage and lifestyle from Lagos, Nigeria. Please click on that subscribe button and join the amazing Team Solutions family. On that note, you guys are amazing, my Team Solutions. Thank you for rocking with me, for watching, for sharing, for liking and all the good stuff. I'm so thankful for the gift of you guys. Thank you so much. So in this video, as you can tell by the title, I got an email actually, from one of Team Solutions, and I thought this is a very good topic to make on YouTube instead of just responding to her. So quickly, let me just read the email. I'll also put it on the screen and let's just jump right into the video. So she says, "Hello Tolu, my name is so and I am a silent YouTube fan." Hi, silent YouTube fan. Thanks for all you do, your realness and all. I hope this meets you well. Yes, thank you. So she goes, "I've been dating a nice young man for about 3 months now. Things have been fine except that he gets easily irritated. For one example, I ask questions he may have already told me. Bear in mind that when the tables are turned, I gladly answer the questions. I have spoken to him about it and how it makes me feel. He said he acknowledges one of his weaknesses is impatience, but has been praying for a while now for God to help him with it. Now, I know that no one is perfect, myself included, and leaving him because of this will mean I go to the next person who will have imperfections, but in a different form. And then the next person, and then the next person. It's exhausting. I am 29, he is 34. So the question is, would you advise I carry on, knowing that this is who he is, or he may get better? And to be honest, I wouldn't want to live with this for the rest of my life, because I'll be scared to ask questions for fear of being shouted at. Almost everything else is good, but this, I am praying for God to guide me. I will appreciate any advice you could give. Thank you." I gave a very short response. I'm like, I'm working on making a video very soon, but let me just say that you should never settle just for the fear of not finding better. Forever is too long to go into with this kind of baggage. You can watch him for another couple of months, and if he doesn't change, I suggest you move on. Do look out for the video on settling from me sometime in September. Guys, see, I feel like even rereading the message again, but I will not. Let me not bore you guys. So the first thing I want to say is, when it comes to spending the rest of your life with somebody, one of the things to look out for is be sure that your values match, or at least that you can live with his values. So you have already identified that impatience is something you cannot live with. See, let me say this, there is always one thing. That's why you have to find your own one thing you can live with. You're saying you cannot live with it, so why do you want to live with it? Why do you just want to manage? Because you're afraid of finding better. And I'm trying to address, this particular email as much as possible before I go into the main topic. Why do you want to settle? You just want to pack and stop here because you're afraid you might not find better. Impatience is something that is very common, and a lot of times it's not like cast in stone. Once it's impatient, check out. But the degrees are some people get impatient to the point of hitting you. Some people get impatient to the point of ignoring you totally. So there are levels to this. So you have to find your balance, what you can live with. If you've been with this person for just 3 months, this is supposed to be the honeymoon phase of your relationship, where things are rosy, where things are great, and he's already shouting at you. He's already angry every time you ask him something. Like, women like to talk. I talk a lot. Well, not women like to talk, but I can ask my husband the same thing 3 or 4 times in a day, just because I want to make conversations, or just because I want to be sure it means the answer is giving me. So why will you shout at me? The best you can do is not answer me, So, and the Bible says it in 1 Corinthians 13 that love is patient. So that's one of the things that you have to be sure about. Do you want to? See, from the message, it already says that, bear in mind that when the tables are turned, I gladly answer his questions. Now, that's another trait, selfishness. He knows that you answer him, but when it is time, you get angry and shout at you. Secondly, you have said that I wouldn't want to live with this for the rest of my life, because you'll be scared to ask questions for the fear of being shouted at. Forever is long, fam. You're just 29. You probably have another 70 years to go. By the grace of God, please, I would advise, like I said, just watch him. look am. You know what they say, they look am for just a couple of months, even maybe even 1 month, and if he doesn't change, talk to him for like another 1 month. Let him see that, you know, his extent of anger. If he's, you said every other thing is good, so I assume that he fears God, is a good person. If he really loves you, then he should be able to make compromise on that level for you. But this is something you have to be careful about, because somebody can, because he wants to marry you now change in the interim, and then when you guys now get married, he will show you pepe. So you have to be very careful that if he says he's going to change and he changes, you have to be sure that it's genuine, and ask the Holy Spirit for help in that area. So that's another thing I want to say. Please don't settle. That's the topic of today. Like, let me give you guys a scenario. So when I had my baby, I had a particular help that came to my house just like 10 days before I had my baby, because I wanted her to, you know, acclimatize to my routine and things I do before my baby came. So she came, and for some reason, like right from the door, my husband told me that my spirit doesn't go with this girl, but I'm like, work no go kill me, especially in this pregnancy. Please, dear, let us manage her. And you know, I watched her for a couple of days. Even me, I wasn't comfortable. Guess what? Throughout the 3 months she used in this house, she never carried my baby. So like, I already knew that this one is a bit dicey. Now after my baby came, she was at home. She even became friends with my mom. Oh my God. You know, she would be saying jargons. Oh God, I don't know how I lived with that girl. She was a handful. You know, when we went to Akure for something, I put my daughter in the car with her. She didn't carry her. I specifically told her, don't carry her, and I was recording unknown to her. Do you know this girl made a call and said, they say make I don't carry their pikin, them they craze. Well, I don't want to go into details, but in a nutshell, she wasn't a good person, you know. She just wasn't here for it. All she wanted was what she could get out of this family. And you guys, I'm not a user. I don't know why you want to come and use me. So anyway, so all this settling thing, back to it, it started like when I knew I was going to chase her away, like for sure. After this, them the craze, I knew for sure that I didn't want to start work and be leaving my child with this person or anything like that. So I knew it was time to start looking for somebody else, but I still kept her because, you know, that person has to come. This new person literally came the day I sent her away. That was kind of setting I was looking for, and thank God I found this. So the fear now crept in. Hey God, I'm like, this girl, even though she's somehow, she already understands my schedule. It was so toxic. Like, my husband would tell me that she would break things around the house and lie about it. Oh God. My husband would now say that, hey, this is not the kind of person you want to live with. So in my mind, I'm like, I am aware. I'm just, you know, really taking my time to look for somebody, because I also don't want to. I know it can be frustrating to keep going from boyfriend to boyfriend, help to help, whatever the scenario, you know, in trying to find a good person. It is tasking, but this is where the trick is. This girl eventually left, and thankfully I found a much better person, a blessing, whose name is Blessing. You know, in the very few days she came, she started carrying my baby. You could tell that she was genuine. Obviously, I'm not too trusting to be careless, but from what I can see, you can tell if somebody is a good person. So anyway, back to my story. The fear started creeping in. I would wake up in the morning and she would have made food for me the way I taught her to do it, and in my mind I'm like, so all of this is what I have to go through again with somebody else. What will I do? She already understands the time she's supposed to come upstairs. She already understands all of these things. Like, I was actually scared you could touch it. So I understand where you are right now. Like, I was scared. Coincidentally, she was here for 3 months too. I said you've been in this relationship for 3 months. Like, I was afraid that I don't want to now, you know. And at this point, I will have like maybe just 3 or 4 weeks to resume work when a new person will come. What will I do? How will I now start, you know, putting somebody else through? It was exhausting. Even thinking about it was exhausting for me. But I knew that if I don't want to live with this one, better go through that exhaustion or stress of having to change or look for somebody good than sticking it out with this one that saved a decrease. In your case, that shouted at you at every slight chance of you asking him question, you know. So thankfully I was able to get somebody else. I was able to send her away pretender lomo. The day I sent her away, I played the voice note for her like this, and the video she did, I said, oh my god, she a sorrow. I said, well, go pack your bag and leave my house. So one morning I was thinking about it, that you know what, so after this guy had spent like 3 or 4 days in my house, like the way the way she adjusted to my schedule so effortlessly, like I didn't even have to all that stress of, hey, is this what I have to now start teaching somebody from beginning? And I realized one morning I was not thinking that, oh wait, do you know that actually the reason I thought that adjusting to somebody else would be much more stressful was because this person had, number one, very little knowledge of me when she came, or anything. She didn't know how to use a microwave, she couldn't use the washing machine, she couldn't light the gas, she couldn't cook. So there was so much I had to teach her. But this new person, she has knowledge of all that, so I didn't have to go through all of that stress, and that ministered to me a lot. Like, the reason you're thinking, what if the next person comes and is loving, is patient, is kind, is everything that you want in a man? What if, what if you don't have to? I feel like a lot of us feel like, what will I do with the next person now, because this person is stressing us so much, and we feel like we're going to put that same energy into the next one. The truth is, you might not even need half as much energy to deal with the next person. I'm so passionate about this because that just how self switch taught me a lot. So I just want to encourage somebody, please don't settle for the fear of not finding better. There are 7 billion people, guys, on this planet, and if you're stuck with one person now, like I told her, there is so much baggage. There's so much baggage that comes with being married. Not baggage like life happenings. There's so much you have to deal with in marriage. Please lessen the baggage you take into it. Like, in the marriage, you're already going to face challenges, whether you like it or not, whether you're best friends or not, whether you're faith-based or not. This marriage is an institution that you cannot fulfill if you're working in the flesh. It tests your patience. Hey God, it tests your patience, it tests your faith, it tests a lot of things. In my 2 years, I can tell you that for free. So you're already going into an institution like that, and you already now want to take this kind of baggage with you. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that everything has to be perfect, before going into marriage. Maybe there will be 1 or 2 things for you. Maybe physical attraction. I want to make a What Matters series video. Let me know if you like it. I feel like it will be juicy. I might even bring people to talk about what matters. Is it age, is it wealth, is it family background, and other jazz. Back to the story. Like, I feel like if it's something that is maybe not, you will know. But something as tangible because you can almost touch this guy's impatience from the body of this email. I feel like you don't want to. Patience. Marriage takes a lot of patience, guys. Marriage is patience. You need a lot of it in marriage. You don't want to marry somebody with impatience. That really matters. So my advice for you will be, don't think about what or what not you can get from a man because you're 29. You have 70 more years to go. Think on that. Don't, because of this, even if you're 30, even if you're 35, you're still trusting God. I don't want you to settle because you're afraid that, let me just live with it. You don't want to jeopardize 70 years if Jesus tarries by the grace of God to now, just because you want to get married. Please, like I said, please let him know you don't like this. You also don't want to just cut him off. Some people just might not know what they're doing. Some people are very oblivious to the fact that they are even impatient or proud. Those are things that are very subtle. The enemy has a way of just creeping it up on people. So discuss it over and over again. But if you see that changes are not made, my sister, please check out. Please and please and please. I read somebody's article, or I watched somebody's video that abuse stemmed from the impatience of her husband. He will literally be cleaning his number 2 with her hair, be dipping her head in water. Like, that video was so difficult for me to watch. It's here on YouTube. It was so difficult, and all of these things you could tell stemmed from the man just being impatient. So please, there's some things you don't want to live with. I'm actually going to really be serious and make that What Matters series video. Yeah, so that's it. 1 Corinthians 13 is a really good guide as to the things you will need in marriage. And like I said, even if the person doesn't check I just realized I've not been resting my back. Even if the person doesn't check like every single thing, be sure that the comma, you can live with it. For some people, they can live with laziness. For some people, they can even live with a dirty man. But there's some values you don't want to trade. I will also address it in How I Knew My Husband Was the One video, which I'll make shortly. But there's some values you don't want to trade. Make sure that the things you hold dear to your heart, the things that make you feel loved are not being compromised, the things that make you feel like a human being or a woman, a valuable woman, are not being compromised because of a man's character. You don't want to spend the rest of your life with somebody like that. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't want to make this video super long. Thank you so much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. I know that a lot of young people like myself, and even older people maybe who are still single, or even married people, can learn and take a thing or two out of this video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe. Please join the Team Solutions family again. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Peace, fam.
Make it last forever. Stop in time.